Okay, so let's go ahead and practice DynamoDB a little bit. So I'm going to create a table, and I'll call this one demo table. Now in DynamoDB, what you need to do is to specify a partition key. So we'll specify user ID, and sort keys are definitely out of scope for the exam, so let's just consider just the partition key. Okay, so now for the settings in DynamoDB, again, I'm going to leave it as a default settings. You don't need to know the details of how it works. And then you scroll down and you click on Create Table. So our table is now creating. And what I want you to notice is that we are creating a table without creating a database. So the database already exists. It's serverless. We don't need to provision servers. We just need to say, hey, look, I want this table. Please create it for me. And I don't care how it's being run. And that's the whole power of DynamoDB. That's the whole power of serverless services. So now that the table is ready, we can click on View Items and practice a little bit inserting some data into this table. So currently, 0 items are returned because I haven't created anything. But we can create an item in DynamoDB. And for user ID, I can say 1234. So that would be my user ID. We can have a first name to be equal to Stefan. And we can have a last name to be equal to Marek. And then finally, we could have a number. So I can see a lot of different types we can have. But a number, and could be my favorite number, and it's 42. And click on Create Item. And here we go. My item was written into DynamoDB. So this is super easy. Yet again, I did not have to specify any database, just my table, write some item, and so on. And we didn't have to specify the schema. It just got automatically inferred. Now we have 4 attributes or columns. Now if I can create a second item, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then add a new string. So for example, first name, and here we're going to have Alice, and click on Create Item. So as we can see in this example, I didn't specify a favorite number or last name for Alice. I just specified first name Alice, and it was still accepted by DynamoDB. So it's a very flexible type of database. It's a very flexible way to insert data. And this whole set of features and particularities make DynamoDB really, really good. But the difference between DynamoDB and, say, RDS is that DynamoDB will have all the data living within one single table, and there's no way to join it with another table. So it's not a relational database. That's why DynamoDB is a non-SQL database, so not only SQL database, so NoSQL. And the idea here is that, yes, we cannot link this table to another table, so we need to make sure that all the relevant data is well formatted within our main DynamoDB table. So it changes a little bit how you see database designs and so on. But that's it for DynamoDB. A very quick hands-on to show you an overview. But with DynamoDB, it's a lot more to learn. And this is the focus of the Certified Developer exam, not the Cloud Practitioner exam. So for this example, this is enough. And when you're done and ready, you can just delete the table. You can delete all the CloudWatch alarms associated with it and just type delete in this box, and you'll be good to go. So that's it for this lecture. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next lecture.